I'm Dr. Elizabeth Freeman. I'm 37 years old and I'm an assistant professor at the University of South Florida. So I have been an athlete since high school. So I played several varsity sports, volleyball, track and field, cross country. So I've been active my entire life. So about 5 years ago I had my son, and throughout my pregnancy, around the 5th month of my pregnancy, I started feeling pelvic pain and intense pain. And I found that it was my pelvic symphysis. And so the doctor suggested that this would go away after my pregnancy, but unfortunately 3 years later I was still feeling this pain. So because fitness had always been part of kind of my life, it was really, it was a huge damper on my physical activity. So the walking that I used to do, running, I couldn't do any of the activities that I used to do. So I was really on bed rest almost during my pregnancy because I couldn't walk, or there was so much pain with walking. So it's interesting because I assumed that the pain would go away, and so I think people just kind of get used to feeling pain. It just becomes part of your day-to-day. But several close friends recommended that I see Dr. Smith because he had treated them before, and so I decided that I should actually confront this and try to figure out how I could maybe move past it or improve the situation. So it was great. You know, Dr. Smith is so laid back and so direct that I really enjoyed his approach. So when I went in to see him, the first thing that he said is that he asked me to walk to and fro. So I walked straight and I walked back. And so he looked at my hips and he was immediately able to see that my hips were what he said, what he called off balance. And so when he said that, I initially didn't know what he meant. So he asked me to do what I thought was a simple exercise. And when he asked me to do the exercise, I thought there's no way this exercise will determine what's going on with me. But in fact it did. He asked me to do a simple, what I thought was a simple exercise requiring me to lower my hip. And so while I could lower my left hip, I could not lower my right hip. And he was able to perceive that. He knew I wouldn't be able to do that because he was able to see it, and the exercise just brought out what he already was able to observe. And so after that, after he determined that my hips were not unbalanced, he did a series of exercises that again I thought were simple exercises, but in fact had a huge impact on realigning my hips so that I would not feel the pain that I was feeling before. So we went through about 5 or 6 exercises. And he let me know that I'd feel pain the next day, and in fact I did feel pain the next day, but I felt much better. I could immediately see the difference. So much so that the next day, Dr. Smith asked me to not run the next day, take a few days off before I started running. So I took a few days off, and my first time back in the gym, I beat my personal best in running. The next day after that, I continued my personal best for a week, so I improved my time the week following my treatment, and I've continued to feel the benefits of his treatment. So it was great. It's been wonderful. So one thing I really like about Dr. Smith is that he's about empowering people to also make a change in their lives. So he didn't just tell me to do different exercises at that moment. He instructed me exactly on the right postures, the right formation. We actually videotaped him working with me so that I could watch these videos and replicate that at home. So I think that was also part of my improvement, being able to replicate the exercises and do them properly. So I've continued running. I've participated in boxing at the gym, aerobic exercises, biking. So I feel like I'm back to my regular pattern of fitness and physical activity. And I don't think I would feel that way had I not received that treatment. Absolutely not. My advice is don't suffer through pain. We don't have to suffer through pain. And that's actually what Dr. Smith told me. If we're feeling pain, there's a reason for it. And so I would recommend anybody who's feeling pain to see Dr. Smith, to make that appointment immediately so that you can return to the life that you want.